To learn about the off-grid lifestyle and to be inspired to live your dreams, click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Hit the bell notification. Okay, so I'm back at the tiny house build again today, and my objective today is to get the outside metal sheeting on this wall completed. I only think 2, maybe 3 more sheets. I guess it's 3 sheets. But I got to cut 2 sheets out for the size of the window. I don't think that's going to be hard. I'm nerve-wracked about it because if I make a mistake, it's a serious mistake. I've said before that the metal sheeting itself isn't that expensive, 20, 25 bucks depending on the height of it. The problem is the shipping cost just kills you. Menards gives you shipping crates that you have to buy. They're $150 a piece and they're returnable, but they give you store credit for it. But if they're damaged or lost, it's on you. So one of them's already damaged that I bought 3 of them. So that means I got to go out and buy a $30 2x6, and the other one they lost. What they did was they consolidated 2 crates into one and threw the other one away, I guess. I don't want to go out and buy another sheet of metal if I don't have to, because it's just so expensive to ship. So I wanted to come in here first because Carolyn gets so many compliments on the pallet wood. The heat-treated, non-chemical pallet wood that we're using for our walls. She has done a fantastic job. It's just beautiful. And, I sit here and I watch her and I think, man, the way she, it seems like a slow process when you're watching her. And I think, boy, it's going to take her forever to get that done. Well, yesterday, she had, I think, 4 boards on this wall done. Maybe 3. It wasn't very many because she was working behind the stove and I've made a previous video about putting it behind the stove. I'm sure somebody's going to scream at me, oh, you can't do that. I mean, I've even hesitated even showing anybody this, but we put a thermometer back there. It didn't get any hotter than our own body temperature behind the stove. Plus, we're going to put a piece of metal there, similar to this one, but it's not rusted. But regardless, look how much she's gotten done. She's gotten all of the trim around this window completed, which means she had to cut every one of those boards. And I was talking to her, she says, I really tried hard to get it all to match up. And I said, well, we can put trim around it, and I was trying to make her feel better. And she says, no, I kind of like it, that it's unique. Gives it character. Every board she puts up is an individual uniqueness that nobody else has done. And I agree, this is just fantastic. What a genius idea she had. I really like it. Now, I want to answer a question that one commenter had, and sometimes I get these comments and I think, man, what are you thinking? How are you going to go to the bathroom? Just like everybody else. Some questions just really baffle me. It's not like that we're doing anything odd. So Carolyn has finally decided that she wants to put the shower. So here's the door. We come in. She wants to put the shower right here, which is 32-inch shower. And we measured it out, and it doesn't even take up this full wall. Even if we had to get a 36-inch shower, it still didn't take up the full wall. And then we're going to put a toilet right here next to the shower, and it'll be about the same size, about 32 inches. I mean, it's not a huge shower. Now, what she wants to do is try to frame out a door. It sounded pretty complicated, what she wanted to do, but I'll look into it. But no matter what, we'll figure something out. The shower curtain would be fine. We've talked about that many times. All right, so I'm gonna get busy on the wall outside. Okay, so like I said, I have to cut out the window here from this panel. I'll have to do 2 of them, one on each side of the window. Now, the thing is I'm gonna cut it from the back side. So you gotta be careful because this panel is directional. These little lips on this side has to go away from the current panel. So they all have to be coming out this way. So the last one, the lip will be over here on the corner. You got to be careful that if you turn it over that you're cutting on the correct side. So since the lip then will be on the window, if I were to just lay it up there, I have to cut the lip side off. Okay, so the reason I'm cutting it upside down is because the saw blade has to come across these humps. I would have to take the saw and go over the humps. This way, it'll be just a smooth transition across the whole panel. I put it in the back of the truck because it's got a rubber mat in the back. That way I don't scratch the panel. I still got to put something underneath the tailgate. I think I got some plastic sheets laying around here that I can use that came off the original trailer. I'm glad we saved those. We've used them for everything. Now, the saw blade that I'm going to use is a metal cutting blade that you can use on your circular saw. Did this down in Florida with Dad, and he had a lot of success with this. It worked really well. It goes through blades kind of quickly. I might have to get more considering the amount of cuts I'm doing. I don't think he had a lot of cuts to do. I don't remember. But I got quite a few cuts because I got to cut out the gable. And I'll just do the standard thing. I'll use the chalk line to draw out the box that I need to cut. A lot of people don't know what a chalk line is. A chalk line is just a string, and inside the casing here is just powdered chalk. It's blue. You can get it in red also. So you stretch it out, and then you just snap your chalk line from one side to the other, and it leaves the chalk on the surface that you snapped it on. That gives you a straight line that you can cut. Man, did I luck out. I don't have to use a chalk line running down this way because it fell right on this groove. So I'll just be able to use that groove as my straight edge to cut on. Okay, so now you can see that I have a straight line there at 61.5 inches, which is from the soffit of the house down to the bottom of the window. So now I got to cut out that side of the paneling. But before I cut it, I'm going to get the picture in my head to make sure that it's absolutely right, that I'm cutting the correct side and everything. Okay, so I've got my safety glasses because this saw is going to throw out a bunch of sparks. It's a metal grinding wheel is what it is. So just like a grinder, it's going to throw out the sparks. I also got my earplugs. I don't know if I actually need them. And if I don't need them, I don't want to listen to the noise as it is. So I'm just going to use the earplugs. Now, the thing is, I noticed it. I've worked in manufacturing. I was a manufacturing quality consultant, owned my own company. And I've seen people use these incorrectly all the time. What I see people do is they squeeze it like this and just kind of stick it in there. You're supposed to roll it in your fingers and actually put it into the ear canal, like that. And I'm quite impressed how well that worked. That just was smooth as butter. I can't even cut a piece of plywood that easy. That was fantastic. I really liked that blade. Here goes nothing. We'll give it a try, see if I got it right. Well, how about that? I got it. That is fantastic. I'm so happy. There it is, wall number one. And it's not that hard. I don't know if it's any faster than the roof. I feel like it's easier. Okay, so what I got here is I got 1x4s. You see these screws here? I got 1x4s underneath them. And it goes all the way to the ground. There's a 1x4 over there. I had to dig out quite a bit of dirt. The 1x4 ends, I think, somewhere right here. And so it actually bends in, the metal roof is bending in a little bit so I can fit it into the J channel of the window. If I'd have put a 1x4 all the way across, there was a hump there, it would have never fit. So if there was a 1x4 here, it wouldn't fit. So everything is actually kind of bending into the J channel. But I will tell you, you can't notice. It's just impossible to even notice. So I put a piece of trim there so you can kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like when it's finished. So I think it's going to offset it really nice, just like it did with the roof. So tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and start on this side. I don't know if I'll get it done. Like I said, once I get to the window and I got to start cutting things, it really slows me down quite a bit. If they didn't invent windows, I wouldn't have to cut the metal off my tiny house. I tell you though, I just can't tell you how happy I am all the time when I finish a project and I look at it, man, look at that. Isn't that something else? I did that. Me, I did that. Makes you feel so proud. It's just, wow. I built this whole building all by myself. Carolyn's in there decorating it all by herself. I hope I can inspire you to feel wow when you build something for your dream. Thanks for watching.